Hey guys, I'm here with Dave Woolman from Lancer Systems. They're the exclusive import for Laugo Arms. And we're here looking at what I think is one of the only actually original designs to come out in quite a while, with the possible exception of one other. But anyway, this one is the deal as far as actually changing the paradigm. And I'll turn it over for Dave from there, because I'll jump over it.
Absolutely. So
go, Dave.
What Laugo Arms did with this is incredibly impressive. As Robin mentioned, it's one of the most innovative things I've seen in this industry in the last decade. So basically what they did is, from the ground up, they designed the Alien to be the flattest, fastest, smoothest shooting competition pistol that's ever been produced. The way they accomplished that is through a number of different features on this pistol. First and foremost, you'll probably know bore axis on this is incredibly low. In fact, it's the lowest bore axis of any production pistol that's ever been designed. So the barrel itself, the bore, sits below the axis of your grip. So the recoil angle on this is incredibly low. Most high-end race guns, you're getting somewhere in the realm of 13 to 14 degrees of muzzle rise. With the Alien, you're getting less than 5 degrees because of how low that bore axis is. What contributes to that further is the really unique slide design that they have set up on this. So the only part of the slide that reciprocates is the sides. So what that does is it lowers by a long shot, so there's a lot less reciprocating mass. The mass of the slide itself is actually sitting down inside the frame. So all of that moving mass is captured inside the bore axis of your grip. So there's nothing pressing back against your wrist and that fulcrum to lift that barrel. The second part that makes this slide really unique is that the top rail is fixed. So your sights aren't actually moving. So what that does for you, while the pistol is shooting incredibly fast and incredibly flat, your sights are staying on target the entire time. So your split times are unbelievable with this. You're never waiting in between each shot to actually reacquire and break your next shot, because you're always maintaining that sight picture.
Those of you that are familiar with our sight block system for the Glock will know that its whole claim to fame is that the front sight doesn't really move. It moves a tiny amount, but a very small amount. These things, it doesn't move at all. The front sight is fixed, the rear sight is fixed, there is no motion blur. It just sits there like a revolver, except it's an automatic underneath it. So one of the things I loved about this system is this entire top rail is kind of like the old Aristocrat ribs, in that you can take the entire thing off and put on a different sighting system. This whole optics network comes off with a push of a couple of pins, which I think he can do for us right here on camera.
Single takedown pin, push this rail forward, the whole thing comes off.
Ta-da, it's gone. You want to put an iron sight gun, drop your iron sight rib on there and move out.
You got it.
But what's really trippy about these guns is that this isn't just a rib. When we think of ribs, like an Aristocrat, it's just a way to hold your sights. This is actually a lot of the moving parts of the guns. The hammer lives in the rib. So when the gun fires, it's actually dropping the hammer from above to hit this low-mounted barrel, instead of swinging up to hit a barrel like everything else does in the firearm world. So like I said, it's rare that you see something that's actually different, and this is really, really different.
Exactly, and what that allows you to do too is it minimizes the friction surfaces in the trigger, so you're able to get a very 1911-like feel out of this trigger system, because really all that's happening is this trigger is pushing up on this pin inside of the frame here, this small pin, and that pin is interfacing with the sear that's housed up in this top rail, and all it's doing is applying just enough pressure to break that sear and drop the hammer.
It's impressive.
It's a very, very short, smooth, crisp trigger system. And while I've got this open, if you want, we can take a minute to talk about the actual operating system.
Go ahead.
Here.
Talk about the gas system.
What's really neat is it's a gas-delayed blowback system. So that in and of itself isn't necessarily anything new. But what is new about this is putting this together with all of the other additional features. And this really helps to add to that soft recoil feel of the pistol. So the way this works is there's no conventional locking mechanism in this pistol. The piston gets pressurized and holds this slide forward until the system depressurizes.
And I want to slow you down now, because most people have never seen a delayed blowback gas system. So there's a vent in the barrel that dumps high pressure gas into this chamber. This is a chamber inside here. This piston tries to push that high pressure gas out of the way, but at the moment of firing, it's held forward by that high pressure gas. Once the bullet leaves the barrel,
Yep, exactly. As he said, when the bullet leaves the barrel, that system is allowed to depressurize, which allows the piston to drive the slide to the rear. So thanks to the low reciprocating mass of this very lightweight slide, the cyclic time of this gun is very, very quick. It's actually 0.06 seconds cycling time on this, so it's a very fast action. So all of these things combine to make it just an incredible shooting experience, unlike anything that's really out there right now.
Yeah. Okay, and that's it, folks. That's the Alien. If you're talking about nothing new, that's it.